like to invite Mr. Atul Gaur, Director Savex Technologies, to address the audience on how the cloud marketplace and services play with Uniserved as key role in the growth of the company.
Good morning, friends. It's a pleasure to connect with all of you in the pandemic times. We are doing a lot of web conferences these days, webinars these days, virtually getting connected. We are all used to face-to-face meetings, but still a great pleasure to be connected with all of you. And I think my heartfelt thanks to Deepak ji and the entire VAR India team, for hosting such an event where at least we are all virtually connected, we can interact, we can talk. It's a little monologue, and I love having dialogue. So, but we'll have to, do with what we have. I'll be very happy to have your responses, to interact with you offline, but we'll use this opportunity to talk a little as to what we are doing. You would have heard many speakers from Savex till now, giving you an overview what Savex is foraying into, a new Savex in terms of variety of things. Some of the things which you will hear now are unheard in our industry, so it will be absolutely new. And some of the things are prevalent, but in a new avatar, if I have to say, you will see from Savex. Everybody is talking digital transformation. In a film, there's a hero. Amitabh Bachchan, we all know, is a big hero. I'm going to talk about the center stage of digital transformation. So we all know actually what I'm talking about, center stage of digital transformation. I have a small quiz, and before I unveil the hero or the heroine, it makes more sense for all of you to maybe have a look at a small quiz, and then we can start. At least it'll be some jovial. I can hear some laughters in the crowd offline, but that's still okay. So let me just share my screen, and maybe then we can try and see how it works. Give me a second. Well, I mean, even before I could have put up my screen, you have possibly seen some of the answers, but that's okay. What is the sweet sauce? I thought a perspective, we should talk about it. So, any idea what is the sweet sauce in our industry? Services. Services, which gives us high margin, stickiness with the end customer, and very interesting for all of us. What is a sweeter sauce in our industry? A sweeter sauce, any guesses? I can't hear. Still go ahead. Services with recurring revenues. I think double laugh, higher values, stickiness. We all know the valuations of the companies which are into recurring revenues, how they are scaling up, I think, higher than sky. Slack was bought by SFDC for $28 billion. We hear whisper that it'll replace email and so on and so forth. Everything unified communication, a brilliant platform. But what is the sweetest sauce in our industry? I think that is really, I would say, tasty. Customized services with recurring revenues. I mean, you can add your services, whatever your vendors are offering you, maybe we are offering you, but I think you can customize. That's where the real value would come further, because nobody can replicate that as well. The best part is all is offered under one roof, Savex. So I'm going to take you through, and that's what I want to say. The Amitabh Bachchan, the heroine of the movie, is services. The center stage is going to be cloud, if I have to say. Everything will go as a service as we move. We all hear, I know some of the biggest names in the industry who are talking to a lot of large consulting houses, talking how their hardware revenue will move on to services revenue. Companies are talking all from CapEx to OpEx these days. So in hardware, vendors are thinking on the same lines. To transform your business, I'm going to talk about 2 points. Marketplaces at Savex. Services Marketplace, a company which was acquired by Savex a year ago. I have the CEO of the company, Ashish, with us, available on the conference. If you have any questions, he'll be happy to answer them as well. and a cloud marketplace, all kinds of services, software, infrastructure, platform, application, so on and so forth. So you would see that both rolling out from, one is already rolled out, Uniserved, the other one you will see rolling out very shortly from our house. I'll give you a quick idea what is Uniserved all about. If you see the Uniserved, it's a Savex Group company. Essentially, what it does, it's very important for you to know, it actually helps increase the services play for all our VAR partners. Essentially, it's a platform. So on the one side of the platform would be you. You want to, you pick up an order of Axis Bank and you have a pan-India implementation, you have 3-4 offices. Maybe you have been picking up orders for mainly those 3-4 locations, or maybe 4-5 locations extra, but you are unable to pick up pan-India because you don't have service availability. If you want to reach out to some other VAR, you have a fear. He may enter into that account, he may spoil that account. You may have some good friends who are still helping you, but you still don't have a neutral service player. So what Uniserved is just a platform. On one side of it, you are the one who would offer that platform and ask that platform, yes, I want you to do pan-India service installation for me. How will the platform do? On the other side of the platform, what you see, the tilted scale, we have almost 40,000 subject matter experts. We have 20,000 small integrators, only service integrators. Every engineer is qualified by the skill sets. There are more than 700 OEM skill sets available. So once you give the order to us, the platform would, depending on the zip code, pin code, location in the country, would ensure that the engineers who have the knowledge of that service, who are actually closest to the place, what all equipment they are supposed to go to the end customer with, will actually download the orders in small values to all of them. And you will get a dashboard. So the good part is that you would be able to see how the progress is happening. You would be able to see how things are moving, and you would be able to still win very large service opportunities. In a nutshell, I told you, so we are working with very large SIs, or you see on the right side, we are working with some of the VARs. Some of you are available today. And on the left-hand side, we are working with a lot of subject matter experts. So from a customer's point of view, which is VARs, you see the top VARs, Wipro, IBM, Tech Mahindra, NTT, quite a few. We have OEMs. HP has given us orders, the telecom companies. And you see, some of our large, very large partners, I would say they are some of the big icons in our industry. Team Computers, Dynacons, they are following big time into services, and they're using platform services as well to expand their play. We all know this is the sweetest sauce, and with your customization, you can really have a big play. And some of the services I have listed down, whether it's a network rollout, whether it's to do with surveillance, whether it's to do with data center audits, you'll see in the next slide more of it. And then we work almost 96% of districts in India are covered, and we actually cover some overseas markets as well. Almost 40 other countries we are present. Just executed a year back an order from Siemens on a global scale as well. So some of the services, what you see we support, all listed down. Information security, on the left and on the right hand side, you would see what all it covers. Networking, everything, routing, switching, everything. Voice and IP telephony, contact centers, databases, application environment. You want some HRMS to be installed, some ERP to be installed, so on and so forth. All those kind of services are available. Systems and data centers. Incidentally, we bagged some very large orders, and I must say very high double-digit margin orders with the partners on data centers, where migration services were required by some of the large customers in the pandemic time, wanted to move their servers from premises to the cloud, and we did all of it for them. So we did it in Powai with different data centers across the country. So we are very good at it, good at that. We do security audits, certifications, service management, all kinds of ticketing tools, call coming, attending to the call, ticket to be resolved, and SLA within a certified defined SLA and closed. So vendors have complete information available, the NOC and SOC environments, and variety of managed services. So this is all what we support today, and a lot of skill sets available with us internally. It's just a pictorial graph. You see which all parts of the country we cover. I mean, we cover almost every nook and corner of the country. You see far east, down south, and north and west. So we are actually very well spread, and 24/7 services are available as well. So from the house of Savex, which I said is all available under one roof, you have a host of hardware and software products now from Savex. Our all branch managers, zonal managers are there who are working very closely with you, giving all the products, and then complete services delivery solutions through Uniserve. I mean, your existing business stays as it is, but it's very important if you're doing, then expand. If you're not doing, then at least try and get into some services aspect, some cloud business, some services aspect. And we would help you transition if you are really keen. We have excellent resources available. So we'd be happy to take it ahead, because we are very, very strongly seeing signals with the things moving more and more towards the services and cloud business. I shared this point, so I'll not spend much time. It's a non-competing pan-India services platform, and which is giving services and takes the ownership of delivery of services. Even as complex as services of laying down a cable, we are working with some large telecom companies in South states where we're laying down cables and doing the fiber and all that for them. How to reach Uniserved? I think this is important. I request all of you, I'll spend half a second or half a minute on this slide. Maybe all of you guys want to take a screenshot, note how you can reach out. You have the email ID, you have the telephone number. We have a CEO, Ashish, and his colleagues. All of you can reach out to, and we'd be happy to connect and get ahead whatever you have in your mind. I'll now move from pure services play, the second play which I shared, which is to do with the cloud marketplace. What we are doing is nothing but aggregation of a lot of cloud service providers, whether it's a license, whether it's a service, or whether it's an infrastructure as a service. Everything can be made available through a single platform, provisioned right away, whether it's a provisioning of service or whether it's a delivery of license. May not be the infrastructure, it may take some time because we have to physically move your server maybe to a data center if it's a hybrid cloud or it's a full cloud, or you want to make sure that you don't want to invest in your server and you want the data center to buy a server, which is hardware as a service. They are all open for that as well. So Savex is tied up with Yota. We all know Yota. A lot of guys from Western India would know Hiranandani Group, which is one of the biggest groups. Has tied exclusively with the Savex to offer infrastructure as services. And I must tell you that they are one of the best, in fact, the second best in the world data center. I was amazed. I had an opportunity to see, and Mr. Sunil Gupta, the CEO, took me around, and I was amazed. There was a voting also going on in terms of the best data center in the world, and they were voted the best in that. So from the capability point of view, they are one of the best in the country. So I would touch in terms of services. So we see a host of services here, right from email and video conferencing solutions. You would see I have mentioned TBA soon. It is not to share that I had nothing there and I wanted to put TBA. We have a very large agreement in making, and you would hear one of the best announcements of the industry coming to you through us. So I'm not at liberty to share anything, but I think stay tuned. You would see something coming very good, and it'll really help you, because these days everybody needs video conferencing and everybody wants to move on workflow automation and all of that. So all of that you would see coming here very quickly. On the security side, from the SIEM point of view, which is completely live tracking of security threats, completely live logging in of that information. We tied up with a US company, Cision, what you see. We also have Checkpoint from an endpoint security and ATP point of view also available. So we have a host of services, and you would hear from us more as we continue to populate this marketplace with more offerings. On the collaboration services, you would hear Scott Owen from AirSlate US. The digital signature tool, Sign Now, is available, well accepted in the industry. again, exclusive basis with Savex. You would also hear a lot of workflow automation stuff, the PDF editor, so on and so forth, tools available from the company. And we would be offering all those services to our partners who can offer all of this. Everybody needs these services sitting at home to do all kinds of activities. And they're all immediately can be provisioned through a cloud marketplace. We are also there from Citrix, one of the largest players for Citrix in India, and offering some of the solutions through the cloud marketplace as well. A backup as a service, you will hear Vembu speaking today on that. And we have a couple of other players, Veeam, Cohesity, HP, GreenLake. And, you would see everybody needs these services from backup point of view or DR point of view, and how critical these are for making sure that your data is secure, data is actually available whenever you need it, and it's in the format, the way you stored, whenever you want, it's available. I think very interesting and very good solutions available from these OEMs who have actually on our request agreed to participate and share some of their views as well. Infrastructure as a service, I spoke about YOTA. So all kinds of solutions would be available, including hardware as a service. So a lot of customers who want even their hardware to be available and not investing in CapEx, YOTA would invest into it and give you the OpEx solutions there, including the hardware and all the services coming as a monthly bill. So quite a good stuff. And I must tell you one very interesting thing, which most of the data centers don't do in India, and you must hear carefully. We will have on our CRM, the cloud marketplace, a CRM tool as well. You can log your deal. It will be logged with the CRM of the OEM, and the deal will get logged if you are the player who have logged it first. Once it is logged, the customer moves, you get the business. Now, customer keeps on upgrading the hardware. Next year, he'll buy more servers, more storage, may need more bandwidth, may need more power, so on and so forth. Everything without question will continue to come to you as a margin. Most of the data centers I know, those I know don't offer this. Once a client comes, whatever hardware you moved, you continue to get paid on that. And slowly the customer actually, more and more business goes to the data center. Here it will remain with you. In fact, you would have the billing rights. A lot of companies, data centers offer direct billings to the end customer. You just get the overriding commissions. Here, it's your customer. You are supposed to be billing it. Savex would bill you those services, and you would bill to the end customer. So the revenues would come to you, and you would be the direct service provider. So we are making sure, being a channel-friendly company, some of these finer aspects, which typically get missed when we talk little big things and somehow harm the business, are well taken care of. From the ERP, CRM, HRMS point of view, Zing HR, one of the best tools from HRMS point of view, we are promoting on a pan-India basis. We have the implementation services available for them as well. So when a company is buying, you can sell. If you want to have the implementation revenues, you can very well have that. Otherwise, hire Uniserve. We are available to help you implement that. And Tableau, everybody knows that. I won't take the thrill out of it because Pankaj Gaba, the regional head of Tableau, from the channels point of view, is going to present very interesting statistics from the BI point of view. I think all of us know statistics are very important. And, all these days, the CEOs have been looking at statistics. It is important that operational statistics are looked by the sales executives, by the middle managers on a live basis. You need to course correct whenever you see that's not working. I think that is where the change management, the prudence lies. And companies who see that there's a humongous amount of opportunity, if they really know how they are working, data is the king, and how you manage the data is actually, which is what BI does for you. So I think you must see this you must see his presentation, and I bet I can tell you would find very, very good opportunities. Again, on an exclusive basis in the country, we are driving it. Feel free to reach out if you feel you have an interest in promoting that. And then DevOps, which are all testing tools. One of the large car companies, they were taking 9 months to roll out their car software. From the testing point of view, it would have taken 9 to 10 months. The DevOps, which we have, you see some of the vendors below, actually did them in 40 days. So it's on automated platforms which create the testing cases, run those test cases on the software which one is developed, identify the issues, problems, help them get fixed quickly, So your go to market becomes that much faster. So 9 months you're getting shrunk by to 1.5 months. You can see how much more revenue the car company would make. And then service desk, all kinds of ticketing tools, HRMS tools, the CRM tools would be available here as well. I won't bore you too much. This is the last slide. So on the how it differentiates, from various marketplaces, you'll have the payment gateway on our marketplace. One can do NEFT, RTGS, use the existing credit lines available with Savex, or even use payment gateways to transfer the money and close it out. Actually, the payment gateways in our next rollout would be available to your end customers also to use. So technically, you can, as you see in my third point, you can white label this service. Again, my sweetest sauce, the customized play, you can white label it. You can have the sauces which are available from Savex. You can make it a real good burger, sandwich, whatever you want, and offer it to the customer. So the customers would be able to use those microsites. Customers will be able to use those payment gateways to make payments on your behalf, and the payments would come in our payment gateway, and the business would get immediately in terms of provisioning will happen. One can compare different products, have demos. You can see features of competing products, how it works out. We can offer promotion codes, discount vouchers on top of it when we run promos on that. So you would be able to avail all of it. Important, dashboards, it can never go out. So dashboards would be available, for you, from all your customer point of view, for our OEMs to see how our partners are performing. And one can see which customers are most profitable for all of us. And then provisioning, which is a billing engine. It'll ensure timely billing to the partner, which is a critical aspect. I understand some of you suffer on non-timely billings. So that will ensure that doesn't happen. You will be able to integrate with partners. Some of the partners, who want to release the orders through their ERP, don't want to log into the platform. The platform would be able to talk to their ERPs. They can place the PO through the ERP, and it'll come on the cloud straight. It'll go to our vendor straight, and the services will get provisioned. So deal registration, as I told you, CRM tool is available, and we will be able to offer license-based or usage-based, even hardware as a service. So all of it, keep your fingers crossed, as we are about to roll out in 1 to 2 months the entire platform. Services are already available outside the platform. As the platform is work in progress, you would be able to use that as well. But please feel free to connect on any of the vendors I spoke about. I'll share the contact names here as well. So these are the people. Asim Tamboli, a veteran in the industry. He has managed cloud business very strongly. Please feel free to write to him. Ajinkya Darne, he's also a veteran in the industry. He's leading this initiative along with Asim. Their mobile numbers and email addresses are available. Please reach out, and be happy to take it ahead, whatever field interests you in. So this is the last. Try something beyond optimization, transformation. Some of you are already doing that, I know, but we'll help you speed your growth. And I'm very thankful for all of you to have been patiently listening to my monologue. Thank you so much. That's where I end my presentation. And see you soon. Sometime, hopefully, the pandemic slows down or goes away. We all pray for your health, and everybody's in the family to stay fit, healthy, happy, energetic. And while you make business progress, I also wish you make good spiritual progress in life. That is really, really important. Thank you so much once again. Bye.
Thank you very much, Mr. Atul Gaur, for a wonderful presentation on the offerings you have stored in the cloud marketplace.